I love telling Pan that I'm playing Final Fantasy. He probably hates it. That's okay. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get started while I'm moding myself. Oh, I have to sneeze. Dun, 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 dun. Did I not unmute myself? I was talking to myself this whole time. Oh well. Go ahead and get it. Oh. Was playing Ninja last. Promoting. Pretty much it as far as promoting myself goes. So we will actually start with healers. Change that again. So when I'm playing more whatever, it's just gonna be choppy, I guess. Should I have updated my graphics card or my graphics drivers before doing this? Rook Evu has an urgent job for... I guess I do get greens for this. Oh. It's not gonna die, I think. Not a moment too soon either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing and there's no one else I'd entrust with it. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. The long story. Okay. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself. I don't try to say that. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone, people hailing from across Todal. Sometimes, given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over there, in fact, and having... Thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. What? As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am... important. Was I Apya Yahi personally invited you to the passage of the court throughout the world. Villains do not often. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can be seen. What do you know? Your snide remarks. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason: to throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. My only interest is to punish all who've dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. What? The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. Grand design for a group of 6. Even if we managed to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. Spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here to look? I shall win adoration known only by a hero. I feel like I'm gonna have to like Hartney, you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tudal. Untold power. Oh, I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments. And my imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world listening to everything. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held all continent, where they have been passed down through generations. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Choose to do so. Open unto the world. We begin at once. They're not even gonna... single thing. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? They left without ordering? Oh my. You're like, Jesus, that's weird. They left without ordering anything? Villainous and... It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect. Won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like. Of course, we had a duty to report. We heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a difference because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. One individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with this. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Well, they're not even here anymore? Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost. We've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Wouldn't be here in the first place. Doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. That was a lot of dialogue, actually. Going to get to. That seems a bit more promising, to be honest. Let's see. I keep forgetting I hide the chat box. Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable. Greetings, Raul Majun. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? Nuisance? Why, I perish the thought. You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaunted Haruhi has agreed to aid the search. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. These thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, and you had better depart on the next ship. Or teleport. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Uliyolal in search of aid. Loazeneque? There it comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic. So she requires a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. The heirloom that Neopine must afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect. The search for Shashispaya's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. Oh, this is a character from... And lastly, there's Suhe, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, aside that it must not fall into the wrong hand. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Aren't you forgetting someone? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Rolja hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures, all are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you. Now, do I want to go start with the waifus? Actually start with the healer like I'm to. And know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Turdal and maybe even further will beat your debts. Or should I do like all the level 90? Do all the level, like just do them all at the same time. about. Quest. You know what? I think that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do them all at the same time. We'll just start with you. What business do you have with me? Ah, my apologies. You were Rook Evu's guest, were you not? I am Eapine, and I have journeyed far from the northern valleys of Azak-Tadal to reach this grand city. Tell me, traveler, what is your name? Rest assured, I shall remember it. Shame that we must meet under unfortunate circumstance. My village's prized possession was among the treasures stolen by the passage of the Unbound. It is known as the Heart Sting, and the soul of a dread scorpion, one of the Tadal Vidral, is sealed within. The creature once hunted its prey using an array of toxins produced within its body, and was a menace to all. They wield this fearsome power as they see fit. We believe the thieves have already taken it across the ocean to Eorzea, and will doubtless wreak havoc in the wrong hands. Thus, I seek a healer to remedy any harm wrought by the Heart Sting's toxins in that faraway land. I won't mince words. You are precisely the sort of woman I seek. You must act quickly to avoid the worst. Will you lend us your aid? Don't expect any miracles. Aiding those in need is what I do best. You have my gratitude. To the matter happening still. Regarding the thieves' whereabouts, some Eorzean merchants told me a rather intriguing tale. Specifically, those returning from Limsa Lominsa bring fell tidings, tales of able-bodied men and women suddenly losing their vision. An all too familiar account, as the Heart Sting allows mastery over all manner of poisons, including those that inflict temporary blindness. A great deal of training is required to properly utilize the scorpion's gifts, but the blinding toxin is one of the simplest to wield. It seems to me the brigands are the masterminds of these strange incidents, harnessing the treasure's power for their own nefarious end. Loshkana, the village elder's daughter, makes for Limsa Lominsa in pursuit of the Heart Sting. I intended to set sail with her, but my foot was badly injured by a strange mechanical doll. Oh. Presume she's arrived at her destination. She's boarded a merchantman captained by a woman named Oladebrida, who is primarily based in Limsa Lominsa. She may be able to help you locate Loshkana. Oh, so this person gives us the quest, and then we go meet another character. No, I'm pretty sure I already have this written, so... Shashpia seeks an adventurer who likes getting up close and personal. So they're giving us a character. This. Hello there. I take it you've spoken with Brooke Evu. Willing to lend a hand? I am truly grateful. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Shashpia, and I have traveled far from my village in the forests of Dawntrail in search of a brave soul to help us retrieve our stolen treasure. For generations have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the Swallowtail Pearl of Vidral is sealed. For its ascension, Swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of more threatening butterflies, poisonous ones, and the like, through its skill at mimicry. So it survived day after day, summer after summer, until the dawn of its great existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. This fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon. Any who possess it command the selfsame abilities. Indeed, the wielder too may assume the form of any manner of beast held. Yet this mimicry is not limited to merely physical forms. No, the wielder may replicate the talents and abilities of the target, so long as such act means, but okay. In an instant, they may become master of the hunt, twin blade wielding viper, or savage Brox, with claws and fangs to gut whomsoever they please. It is this power which has protected my village from the predators of the forest. For though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By donning the skins of its most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. She has never failed to capture her quarry, so I thought she would make short work of this order. Yet there has been no word from her. I fear this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It is for that reason I wish to enlist the aid of one familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, and one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with the bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before he fled, and said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Kugane, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east. Please, for the sake of my home, set out for this eastern habitation and assist Doka with retrieving the cocoon. As long as you're willing to cover my teleportation expenses? Options are odd, but okay. Upon arriving in the eastern land, search for a Vieira woman carrying a bow and dressed in similar attire to my own. Visit a tavern like this one. I dare say you might find someone who has seen her. I mean, we could probably literally ask Ian and find her really, really quickly. She's a cutie. The young woman gazes into the horizon with a troubled expression. Oh, hello. Judging by your attire, you must be the traveler from across the sea. Then I suppose Brooke Evu has enlisted you to our aid. That you were guided here safely must be the work of the brave Narwhal, who remains watchful even in this dire time. We are ever grateful for its vigilance. My name is Loazenikwe, and I hail from the northern reaches of Dawntrail, where even our breath freezes when caught in the chilling winds. Our people revere a Tudor Vidral of the Narwhal, whose essence rests in the cradle of the sleepless, most sacred treasure. Through fathomless depths it swam without rest, protecting its home from any who would do it harm. Legends tell that the narwhal could place the burden of its fatigue upon another, and thus was able to maintain its vigil night and day. So too can any who possess the cradle lull a person, willing or no, into a deep slumber, all while avoiding the need for sleep themselves. Needless to say, such power could cause untold harm in the wrong hands. Thus was the greatest warrior of our village, Tentoawa, tasked with crossing the ocean and returning that which is most sacred to us. I'd have joined him, but I feared I would only be a burden, so I remained here that I might find someone to send to his aid. Tentoawa has ever rushed bravely and blindly into the thick of things, leaving me behind to watch and worry. But if there's anything I can do to help him, even a little, then I must. Evu has done well to send you his tendencies to keep him safe during his quests. As luck would have it, a letter from Tentoawa arrived shortly before you did. It seems he discovered that the thief... Don't doubt his prowess. Even Tentoawa would be rendered helpless before the narwhal's lullaby. Ishgard is like a second home to me. Is it? I'm not sure I should pick that one. I don't really go there that often. Tentoawa sails to an unfamiliar place, but despite his hasty nature, he'd doubtless spend time gathering information about his new surroundings before planning his next step. If Ishgard has a place like this one where people gather to drink and talk, he might go there first. You know what? Actually? Oh no, he said the dude for the healer said Limsa. We got Limsa, we got Kugane, we got Ishgard. Where is this pretty cat girl gonna send me? Oh, hello. Did Brook Evu send you to help the heavens, and judging by your accoutrements, you are learned in the arcane arts, yes? If so, we've need of your power and wisdom. Truth be told, it is wisdom that we require most. You see, even though the treasure has been guarded by our people for generations, we know little of its true nature. The forests of our homeland were plagued with terrible beasts. To combat this menace, our mages spent many moons researching the treasure known as the Perch of the Apex. Upon unlocking its secrets, they were able to drive the monsters from the woods, bringing peace at last. With the threat all but eradicated, our forebears forbade any further use of the treasure and enshrined it within the village. As the years passed, we slowly forgot what it was to live in fear. Yet as our struggles faded into memory, stories surrounding the Perch of the Apex became legend, then myth. Now, none living are certain of its true power. Yet the peace was shattered by a member of the Passage of the Unbound. The villain wheedled his way into our trust, then stole upon my husband. Oh. The treasure's appointed guardian, catching him unaware with a terrible blow that left him unconscious. He has yet to awaken, so my daughter, Tepeke, set forth to retrieve what was stolen. Unlike her father, she has no skill in the arcane arts and chose the path of the sword. That's why I've been seeking someone with the knowledge she lacks. Should the ancient power be unleashed, please, if you can find it in your heart to help Tepeke, I would be forever grateful. Consider it done. Oops. Thank you. Thank you. Now, our only clue to the thief's whereabouts is something he mentioned during his stay in our village. He spoke of his desire to bring change to a place called Radzat Han. That is where Tepeke decided to begin her search. So she boarded a ferry bound there, by the way of Limsa Lominsa, with her trusted sword, shield close at hand. That's how you'll know her. She agreed to stay in Radzat Han to gather information until aid arrived. I know nothing of the place, but it's likely she can be found in a marketplace or some such. Please bring our treasure and my daughter safely home. Should have said daughter first, but it's okay. I actually didn't even recognize my character. Greetings. So you have decided to aid my people in retrieving our treasure, yes? They will be glad to know my long and arduous journey from our homeland in the distant south of Yak Tudal was not in vain. As for the treasure we would have you recover, it contains the undying essence of an armadillo. Tudal Vidral. Armadillo? These steel hogs, as we call them, rely on their tough hides to protect themselves from predators. The legends speak of one that lived to an extraordinary age, perhaps due to its natural suit of armor, came to be known as the Lord of the Forest. At the end of its long life, our ancestors enshrined the Vidral's soul within the steel hog. For generations since, the divine blessings it bestows have been a great boon to my people. Those under its protection need not fear wild beasts, for Fang and Claw cannot harm them. This allows us to hunt in the forest without risking our lives. This treasure, so crucial to our people, was stolen by a tall, slender merchant, or rather, a man posing as one. He came bearing exotic wares from foreign lands, served alcohol freely, toasting often to new friendships. My people became caught up in celebration, and in the morning, the merchant was gone, along with the steelhog vessel. Without it, we cannot bestow its blessing afresh upon our hunters. The effect wanes over time, and one by one we are losing our protection against the savage predators that stalk our lands. As I and my granddaughter, the Tolja, still possess the treasure's blessing, we have been tasked with locating the steelhog vessel and returning it to the village. The trail led us here to Tuliolal, where we believe the perpetrator boarded a ship and made good his escape. She was just... Oh, so he's old. Given that you hail from across the ocean, your knowledge of those lands will prove invaluable to her. Not only that, but our quarry may use the steelhog vessel to his own end. The Tulja is no warrior. I am truly grateful. My granddaughter's first port call is a place called Alamigo. The only clue left behind was an empty bottle of whatever grog he was serving. After asking the sailors here, it seems it was produced in Alamigo, and, with no other leads, Satulja set forth. Once you arrive, she should not be difficult to find. These days, only a handful of Mamulja attempt the journey, most of them brutish mercenaries. The Tulja is a far daintier creature, and is sure to have made a favorable impression on the locals. May the Steelhog watch over you. Oh, in Rogger's Reach? At least they told me. I'll probably forget when I'm actually searching. Alright. So... Oh, this takes me to Old Charland? Oh, I guess that is where we came from. What is this? Really? I don't even remember that. Alright, so we need to go to Limsa. I don't really want to be in a Limsa, but whatever. Especially with my... Oh, that takes me to... I'm Baldrita, and if ye were planning to sell your healing services to me and my crew, don't. The ship ain't set in sail for a short while. Looking for a Turali woman named Loashkana? Aye, she made the crossing with us, trying to retrieve some sort of treasure, as I recall. I told her Hawker's Alley was her best bet for the latest chatter, so ye may find her wandering thereabouts. Keep an eye out for Huron lass in a red tunic, carrying a spear on her back. She can't have gone too far. Right there. Oh, hello there, stranger. Can I help you? So nice. Pine sent you to help, did he? Seeing as I've hit something of a dead end, your timing couldn't be better. I suppose proper introductions are in order then. I am Loashkana of Zakhtudal, and you are... Pleasure to meet you. With that, we're strangers no longer. I'm not sure how much Neopines told you already, but I assume you'll want to hear more about the day of the theft. My father and Neopine had just set a trap using one of the Heartsting's toxins. We're on their way to return the treasure to its resting place. But an evil presence stirred in the wilds that mechanical dolls with great glowing eyes leapt from the shadows and gravely wounded them. My father survived the encounter, thankfully, but he was unable to give chase and convalesces now in my home village. The culprit's faces eluded him in the darkness, but he heard two voices. man's and a woman's. He recognized neither, so we're certain they aren't from our village. Whoever those two were, they must have been the ones controlling the dolls before making off with the Heartstone. Rook Evu said they're part of the Passage of the Unbound, but I'm afraid that's all I know of the culprit. Still, that may change if I can ascertain the cause of the recent blinding incidents that have occurred here. Fortunately, I haven't had much luck asking around. The thought of addressing even one person here is, well, overwhelming. When you're from a remote village like mine, the few I've attempted to speak with were too busy to even listen in the first place. You, on the other hand, look ready to take on the world, or at least this city. Sorry to ask this of you so soon after we've met, but can you help me gather the latest hearsay at the markets? Search the quieter districts for clues in the meantime, and hopefully not get myself lost along the way. The recent chaos in the markets, I'm told the Yellow Jackets have been thoroughly investigating the matter in cooperation with the Adventurers Guild. If you're in a hurry, there's a Yellow Jacket making her rounds by the way of Fisherman's Guild. Be a good one to ask. Blinding incidents? I know of them. Started with some bad fruit at a stall in Akker's Alley. A few bites in, and folks suddenly go writhing on the ground like beached sea serpents, claiming they can't see a bloody thing. I don't blame them for raising hells with the shopkeep either. Poor sods couldn't move an omen till the treatment came and they could see properly. The shopkeep was rightly furious about the whole ordeal, took it up with his longtime supplier, escalated into a real spectacle, it did. Turns out the same problem was occurring at other stalls with fruit from different suppliers, so it didn't make sense to pin the blame on individual sellers. The whole supply chain's tainted. Even now, nobody knows what's causing it. Grim business, I tell you. Why yes, I know about the blinding incidents. I experienced it firsthand. I was rather peckish, so I purchased some fruit from a local stall and took a few bites on my way home. But before I knew it, my vision went dark. I stood there shaking and crying, terrified of what would happen if the darkness never faded. I thought I was alone until I heard a woman nearby howling with laughter. Fortunately, I didn't suffer for long. A passing adventurer cured my sight with Suna. I went about the rest of my day as though nothing happened, but I haven't been able to look at fruit the same way since. That seems very reasonable. 12 be good. You're Haruhi, aren't you? The Haruhi. An honor to meet the realms of vaunted hero up close. Is there aught I can assist you with? I hear all sorts of my rounds, so if it's information you're after, come to the right person. I like her. She's going to be really helpful. Oh yes, the serial blindings. They're causing a terrible ruckus around. You know, a woman in red came this way a few moments ago to ask about the very same. I take it you two are acquainted? Ah, I thought so. As I told her, another incident was reported yesterday morning. The victim bought fruit from a local vendor, took a few bites, then temporarily lost all vision, same as the rest. The vendor in question was last seen to the south of Octon, so I'm headed there next to follow their trail. You're welcome to join me if it'll help your investigation. This way, I guess. Can't move. Oh no, he's paralyzed. He's paralyzed. We've got to do something. But I have no talent for healing magics, and I don't have any spine drops on me either. Perhaps Asuna might do the trick? I love it that your skills like come into play here. I'm healed? I'm healed! Oh, thank the 12. And you lot, of course. I've met the 12. Excellent work. On behalf of the Yellow Jackets, I owe you my thanks as well. Now, I hate to ruin the mood, but I'll need to report this to my superiors. Can you tell us what transpired here before we found you, sir? I'm hoping that this Yellow Jacket chick, I hope she joins us. It was awful. Just awful, I tell you. I was walking home after another arduous day at work, minding my own business, while a felon merchant suddenly called out to me. You, my good man, look exhausted, he said. Why not soothe your weary spirit and fill your empty belly with one of the realm's sweetest apples? You've earned it. Nay, you deserve it. That actually looks like a tasty apple. 'Twas a tempting sales pitch, but I wasn't keen to gamble on potentially cursed fruit. Sensing my apprehension, proudly declared his merchandise safe to eat. He sounded sincere enough. He even took a bite of the apple himself. No tainted fruit here, he boasted. It's normal, honest to God's produce. He sold me the apple at a reasonable discount and all seemed well. That is, until I took my first bite, and numbness spread through my body like wildfire. I collapsed to the ground, struggling to speak a single word. The vendor and his fruit had suddenly betrayed me, yet I knew not how. As I fell, a woman's shrill laughter echoed from a few malms away. The vendors soon followed. I never saw the woman for myself, what with the whole not being able to move business, but between her laughing fits, she made mention of a heart sting or some such. Oh, you poor dear. This woman you mentioned, you're positive she spoke the word heart sting? As surely as the wind blows. For mercy, neither she nor her vendor friend tried to steal my belongings. But they've certainly stolen my dignity. I hope those conniving charlatans get what's coming to them. This is dangerous fruit we're dealing in. First blindness, now Paralysis? Paralysis? First things first, I should escort this man home. You've a mind to pursue the perpetrators further. Have care out there, alright? No, these are actually going to take a while. There's a lot of reading. There's no doubt about it then. Our thieves are at large, right here in Limsa Lominsa. The blinding toxin is simple enough to master, but unsettling how quickly they've learned to inflict paralysis as well. I just don't see what the purpose this all serves. Be able to learn anything of their motives? So they take pleasure in their victims' pain, but nothing more, at least. At least, nothing more that we know of. Whatever their true aim may be, we must discover it quickly before more victims suffer at their hands. Hunter must adapt to the environment. They wish to snare their prey, but I have so much to learn about this place. Still, I've tracked them this far, which is a good start. For the time being, I'd like to petition those officers in yellow for any new information they acquire heartstrings were about. Now, when we come across any promising leads, I hope I can count on your support again. Gotta pee. Be right back. And I'm probably gotta do stupid line. Rock, get out of there. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. So... Do I want to? Them even. It's let's just put it in my desk card. Healer. Oh. Oh no, I meant Kugane, not the Dominar. Welcome to the Shiokaze hostelry. How may I help? May I serve you? You're searching for someone. As a matter of fact, I do distinctly remember seeing a Vieira woman of that description earlier, but I'm afraid I could not tell you where she may be now. A lass from Tudal, was it? Sorry, can't help you. That reminds me though, I heard Tudal has its own local variety of spirits, called Mezcal. I've been meaning to taste it myself for an age now, but you've no idea how hard it is to get one's hand on a bottle of it here. I got this stuff. Half tea. Half lemon tea. Half lemonade. I'm not really tasting it. A Vieira woman bearing a bow? Why yes, I do recall such a person. It was hard not to notice her, really, given how she was peering at every little thing. If she came from the distant lands to the west, no doubt Kugane is quite the unusual sight for her. With any luck, she'll still be where I saw her, in the vicinity of the Sekisugumi barracks. She looks so sad. The city is simply too large for me to cover alone. Perhaps it's a time I returned home. Come to aid your search, Itoka. I kind of like this one, that you're just like really putting it out there. Oh, is that right? I'm grateful, but why? I see. Shipya always was a worrywart. Won't deny I appreciate the help, though. Ascertaining the whereabouts of the cocoon has been no easy task. I managed to secure room and board in this lodging after arriving in Kugane, and have been using it as a base to track down the thief ever since. I'll tell you all I know. According to an eyewitness from my village, the thief is a middle-aged Uran male. That's all we have to go on regarding his appearance. Yet so long as he possesses the cocoon, he can be anyone and anything. Elderly woman traipsing along the street, a child throwing a ball, mayhap even the dog chasing after it, truth be told. Truth be told, I was nigh at wit's end trying to find him. That is, until I discovered that a series of unusual squabbles have been occurring around the city. After investigating these incidents, I found one commonality. Instigator in each case invariably had no recollection of the incident, let alone of inciting it. What's more, eerie accounts have begun to circulate amongst the residents. Some folk claim they've somehow been seen in two places at once. Based on all this, I believe the thief's been using the Dreamweave cocoon to transform into innocence, to spread discord throughout the city. Stands to reason we can find him by following the trail of chaos left in wake, no? Yet, even should we apprehend him, in whatever form he's hidden himself within, there's nothing to stop him from feigning ignorant. Besides a secret remedy, of course, the recipe for an elixir which can forcibly remove the cocoon's enchantment has been passed down in my village for emergencies like this. Well, let's say we see if there's any trouble afoot. The thief will undoubtedly not be far from... Okay, so that's why she was peering at it. Because she was like really studying people. I say we begin our search with the markets. I recall a great number of people gathering in the Rakuza district. I believe it was. I think that all of this was wrought by mortal hands. Remarkable. My people have ever lived in harmony with nature, but that doesn't mean we condemn the ways of those who choose otherwise. In fact, in the brief time I've been exposed to settlements like this, I've come to see such places have their merits too. Dun, dun. Look, even Horasan told you this isn't enough. But sir, that cannot be right. I am sure I gave you your change in full. Enough! Hand over my money or I'll take it by force. Isn't it obvious? No one gets so worked up over a handful of coins unless they're looking for trouble. Just sorry, very, very sorry. Well, a hunter doesn't quit after a single arrow misses its mark. Best not to dwell on what's done. Instead, focus on our next course of action. Let's see how things fare on Ogane Dori. I can't believe how impossibly vast it is. My jaw dropped when I first saw it. I could hardly fathom where the horizon ended and the sea began. Before arriving in Tuliolal, I'd imagined the sea to be merely a larger, saltier body of water than the lake back home. Okay, that kind of makes sense. There we would race from shore to shore to attempt the same here. I fear it would have fatal results. Dun, dun. I'll cut you down where you stand, you lecherous lummox. What is going on here? The big bloke yonder allegedly laid his hands on that grizzled fella's woman. Afraid this may come to blows. Calm yourself, man. I've not done what she claims. So it's the woman. Is that really necessary? No matter, I was growing weary of this petty farce. It's time I moved on to bigger and better things. She gonna miss? Oh, she missed. How odd. My bow is more out of tune than I realized. Hmm. Is it really you? Oh, thank the kami you're safe. I found her lying unconscious in a nearby alleyway. She could only vaguely recall being attacked from behind or losing consciousness. So the villain knocked her out before assuming her visage in a ploy to deceive her husband. I fell for the deception like a complete and utter fool. I do not even know how to begin to make amends. I mean, I'm a little conflicted here. Because like this dude right here, like, of course it's very understandable if he's like upset, but on another hand, I'd be like actually really proud of you that you'd be that defendant. If you would defend your lady that much. There are no amends to be made. You simply acted as any husband would. Yeah. Due to your involvement, this matter was resolved without bloodshed. The Sekisugumi thank you. It is regrettable, however, that the villain managed to escape. A criminal who can change their shape at will is exceedingly dangerous. Know that the Sekisugumi will alert the populace to this menace and remain vigilant for any suspicious activity in the city. I feel like that is the type of situation where the dude that was being accused would be like exactly what he just said, and he'd be like, just buy me a round of drinks and it's fine. Let's return to my lodgings. I'd like to go over where we stand with our elusive query. So far, these are not really tied into the MSQ in any sort of way so far. he hopes to accomplish by doing so, however, is still unclear. And so long as he has his power, our sole means of tracking him remains the havoc left in his. A trying tale for any hunter, but I'm heartened to have a warrior like you beside me as I tread it. Catch him together, and when we do, we'll mete out just the justice he deserves. All right, let's go. We'll do that one last. Ishgard. Oh, talk to him, huh? I don't know, you are an Elzen? So you might actually get to be as tall as did. It is not Haruhi. What'll it be? A lad from the Western continent? Well, I can't be going around gossiping about the comings and goings of my customers, can I? That's a quick way to an empty tavern. But I suppose, since you're you, I can make an exception just this once. A lad much like the one you described walked through my door not long ago, was asking anyone whose ear he could bend about some stolen narwhal or some such he was after. Usually you buy someone a drink before interrogating them, but not him. Nobody knew what he was going on about, but he was determined. Asked where else in Ishgard people might gather to flap their lips. So I told him to head to the Jewel de Crozier. If you leave now, I reckon he'll still be there. You know, you'll know him when you see him, trust me. I'm assuming this is him. Bunch of useless. By the narwhal's horn, you'd think manners keep people warm for how desperately people cling to them. Here I'm trying to rid their city of a thief. Yes, seems you know me, but I don't think I've ever seen you before. I'd remember. That Gunbreaker jacket looks really awesome. Though Zenokwe sent you, even across the oceans, she can sense when I'm in trouble. Well, I won't deny a helping hand, especially one with her blessing. I'm having no luck getting information from these people. Seems there are unwritten rules regarding favors that no one's bothered to tell. I know the thief traveled here, but that's where the trail runs cold. I thought it'd only be a matter of time until they used the cradle to commit some misdeed or another. But it seems nothing is amiss within or without Ishgard's walls. I have only a description to go on, although it's availed me nothing so far. A woman of a race known in this land as Elizin. She has striking red hair and eyes the color of rust. A scar dominates her forehead and a mole rests upon her lips. She came to my village posing as a scholar with an interest in the cradle. Although she gave us a name, I know now it was a lie. Like everything else that spewed from her mouth. The bounty of meat, vegetables, and fruits she offered was worth its weight in gold to us. After the cold snap we suffered last year, we couldn't afford to turn her away. But looking back, I realized how brazen her deception was. Although she wore the robes of a scholar, she moved with the poise of a predator. I marked her as a fearsome warrior the moment I laid eyes upon her. Of course, she wouldn't have been able to travel so far north on her own if she was unseasoned, so I thought nothing of it at the time. It was my first misstep of many. That's all I know. It's not much, but if you see even the smallest scrap of a clue in there, it'd be a sight better than what I currently have. Oh, it's either the first one or the third one that I would want to pick. Go with this one. That's what you call these deadly looking fellows, clad in steel. Yes, maybe onto something there, but where would we find one willing to speak? I would have picked the first one, but it seemed like she wasn't. It doesn't seem like she's actually a. Green. Why, Mr. Suzumiya, what brings you to the congregation? This Passage of the Unbound is not a name I have heard before, but if one of their number has brought an artifact of great power to Ishgard, we would be ill-advised to suffer their presence. We shall act on this information at once. Oh wow, I really like their responses. If there is aught that would threaten the peace, then it is our duty to root it out. Consider the knights of the congregation at your disposal. Thank you for hearing us out. Truly. Now, does anything about the description we shared ring a bell? An Elizin woman with red hair and eyes the color of rust. Wait. You said she bore a scar on her forehead, yes? And a mole? No, it could not be. You know who she is? Well, such information is usually privy only to those within our order. Pray understand my hesitation. What? What did you listen? Okay, calm down, dude. Calm down. I know I'm a stranger in your city, but I can't stand by while innocent lives might be at risk. I like this one. I suppose in this case, protocol can be set aside for the sake of Ishgard. You have overcome countless trials after all, and there are none better qualified to judge when a threat is credible. Master Tentoawa, pray accept my apologies. Although you may not be Ishgardian, your desire to keep its people safe is plain to see. We shall place our trust in you, as Mistress Suzumiya has. I'm glad we can see eye to eye. Now then, what do you know of this? Your description called back some old memories. Memories of a knight named... Dauphine? Dauphine? Merely recalling her story makes me ill at ease, for the mark she left upon our honorable order was black as pitch. None know of her whereabouts since she was expelled from the congregation. I had thought living with the shame of her deeds would be punishment enough, but if she now consorts with villains that threaten the very foundation of order, then 'tis clear we can suffer her freedom no longer. I shall inform my superiors of this development and suggest that the congregation does all in its power to track down Leofine and place her in custody. If we learn aught of value, I promise to share it with you at once. It's kind of funny. I know all the Aymeric simps will, the Aymeric fangirls will really want to meet Aymeric right now. I thought we were going to. I thought they were gonna be like, yeah, let's go hit up Aymeric for some information. Go help us out. Suppose we ought to consider what to do in the meantime. Care to join me over there? Like, I know that we're bending the rules, so to speak, but we really need to I think they should have let Emery. So we have a name, Leofine, a former knight of Ishgard. That means she knows how to hide herself in the city well. Grasping about at straws won't get us anywhere. Own and familiarity does little to help our chances. We have no choice but to wait until the knights discover a lead. Nevertheless, I intend to spend every waking moment learning more about the city and its working. Alright, so let's go to Razat Han. This... should be... magical? I guess we'll go to Rogger's Reach. It's cheaper. Yes, I met the Mamulja girl you're after. She was looking for a tall, thin man, some sort of thief, apparently. Sounded a bit like the leader of a gang of bandits that lurks around Rajala, so I told her as much. Chances are that's where she's headed. Hope she stays out of trouble. That was really helpful for being the first person I talked to. Mamulja, you say? As it happens, she came over while I was cleaning the cannons. She showed me an empty arak bottle and said she was looking for the bloke it had belonged to. Thing is, that brand's found all over Alamigo, so I wasn't able to help narrow down her search. Yes, I saw a Mamulja on my patrols, but he carried an enormous axe, not at all like the person you describe. Okay. Ouch. Here, let me apply some of this ointment. Common remedy where I come from. Oh, are you here to lend a hand? This poor soul was attacked by highwaymen. I could use help tending to his wounds. Don't worry about me. Escort who's in trouble. He's in pursuit of the thieves, and I fear he's bitten off more than he can chew. Please, will you aid him? Nothing like a bit of divine intervention to tip the scales in my favor. This artifact in my hands, I am invincible. Strange force puts me where I can't even get near them. Shalt have fight will make better use of the artifact than you and your ilk ever could. By the might bestowed upon me, I will become savior to the oppressed and destitute. In light of my grand ambitions, the vessel's power would be wasted on the likes of you. Cannot hunt without it. Might I suggest a change of diet? I hear the acorns are delicious at this time of year. I kind of need to see more of what that one can do, because that one is kind of really I was so close. But now is not the time for regrets. These two are in need of a healer. I'll see them to safely to Rogger's Reach. Do you mind meeting us there? Once their injuries have been treated, better tell the resistance soldiers what happened. I do like her character though. Like, she's very she just feels like she knows what she's doing. I don't feel like it's been 46 minutes. Well, I'm glad we made it to safety without any more trouble. Bandits wouldn't dare step foot in the place. How rude of me, I never asked your name. Or how you chanced across us, for that matter. You came all the way from Tuliolal at my grandfather's behest? Can't tell you how grateful I am. As for the highwaymen, they possess the Steelhog vessel, a treasure for my village. Not only does it grant protection from harm, it also produces a potent blast when the barrier is dispelled. As long as our enemies have the vessel, attack at close quarters will be extremely risky. Although, as we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest of shields. Knowing this, we are careful not to rely too heavily on its power. But now that the Steelhog vessel has been stolen, this self-same power is being turned against innocent people such as yourselves. I only hope you can forgive me for allowing this to happen. Like, yeah, you can activate it, walk in someplace, nobody could do anything to you, and you could just basically steal whatever you want, right? But it's just, I don't know, it just seems like a really lame one. It's really good, it's really useful for how they use it for hunting so that they don't like get injured when they're hunting, but there's nothing to forgive. If anything, we should thank you for coming to our aid. That Shalt Seaphite and his lackeys have a lot to answer for. Indeed, we'll give the resistance our testimonies, and with any luck, information will go some way to clapping those bandits in irons. I'll go with you. The soldiers here need to be warned about. No, leave that to us. We'll relay what you've told us word for word. After all, you'll need to move quickly to have any chance of getting your artifact back. When you catch those robbers, give them one from me. How about you? I hope I can count on you to be there for whatever else comes next. Haha, I knew it. I sense you're eager to get started, but I need time to plan our next move. Bandits aren't known for being found easily. I was surprised to see a fellow Mamulja among them. I can't imagine why that Kulja would work for Chalteaphite of all people. I feel like that was the fastest one to get like set up or whatever. It's been a little while since I came to Razat-Han. Oh, are you looking for me? Whatsoever for? You say my mother sent you? I take it she's already explained the details, such as how we know next to nothing of the treasure and its capabilities. We have only the legends passed down through our forebears to go on. They speak of a Tural Vidral of an owl that once terrorized the forests, whose soul is sealed within the perch of the apex. Tales have only become more vague as the mists of time obscure the treasure's origin. Even our village's eldest remembers naught but an ominous warning uttered by those who once wielded its magics. The master of the apex shall be showered with good fortune, yet leave only sorrow in their wake. It's clear that despite owing their safety to the apex's power, our forebears viewed it as something to be feared. It must be truly immense. Now, onto the matter of the thief. Even during our brief acquaintance, he made plain his desire to bring change at Razat Han. Naturally, I've started my search here and have been seeking anyone who's expressed dissatisfaction with the status quo. Sure enough, I soon heard stories of a recent arrival, self-styled savior of Razat Han, who proclaims that he will lead the city to greatness and calls himself the Justiciar. While he certainly draws a crowd with his boasting, they only watch with morbid curiosity as he sets off into the jungles alone. I realize this could have nothing to do with our problem, but even the smallest lead must be pursued. I've heard he often gives his speeches at the region's smaller settlements. We're in luck. This boy saw the very man we seek. It seems he gave the same grand speech about saving the people, claiming that danger lurked nearby before venturing forth to combat it alone. Yet the radiant host could not well stand idle if there truly were beasts afoot. So one of them followed him. All we need to do is pick up their trail. He ran towards the shroud. We might be able to spot him from Kajaya's footsteps. You can see the whole forest from there. Thanks, you've been very helpful. So, let's head there and see what we can see. He's good. I like that she she's not just like dismissing the kid. no, this is a thing where I gotta move the camera. Oh, is that it? I didn't even look for any sort of like Easter eggs or anything like that. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, what happened? And then you're gonna like try to find the other dude. Wait, she ran right there. It was really funny. The conscious, but otherwise appears unharmed. What happened? So tall. As I like look up at him. We heard you came here in pursuit of the justiciar. You remember anything? Yes, I eventually found him. He was confronting that fiend that now lies dead. As the Justiciar graces Razat Han, I shall bring unending peace to this beleaguered land. What? Actually, kind of am okay with his armor, though. You are brave. Follow me. To follow my path. Few indeed possess the mettle to even consider the terrors which threaten our home, let alone stand against them. Courageous though you may be, you are far too weak to fell a beast so mighty. Quit this place with your rifle, you are yet able. That you're some of a beast. I am of the Radiant Host. If I ran from such meager prey, I would become a laughingstock. How bold, to look death in the eye without flinching. I doubt not your conviction to defend Razat Han, yet I believe it pales before mine. Bestow upon me your divine might. Do you not heed my call? I require your power more than ever. Something's supposed to happen? Why? Am I yet unworthy? So dramatic. Or mayhap there is a button I must press. This is not what I expected. Stand aside, I'll dispose of this pest. Just give me a moment, it cannot end like this. I won't be made a fool. Come on, you moldy trinket, work. Transform me into the hero of Razat Han. Okay. Okay. He brandished that idol and became wreathed in a mysterious light. Then boulders started falling from the sky. Down they came, one after the other. That's when I must have been struck unconscious. I recall only faintly, but I think I heard the man mumbling quite excitedly, as if he had come upon a sudden revelation, or as if he was overtaken by madness. Seems he got away unscathed. Either he had an incredible stroke of luck, or whatever he was teaching to actually answered. Then it's as I suspected. This Justiciar is the self-same thief who stole the perch of the ape. But no doubt long departed from here. First, I'll escort this fellow back to Yedlamad. Keep a close eye on him. Head wounds have dreadful after effect. Oh. Always jarring when they tell. Soldier made his way to Razat Han to make a formal report. What an odd report it will be. His account seemed to align with legends of the treasure's powers. The wielder escaped unharmed and brought ruin to those around him. Could those falling rocks have been a freak accident? I'm not so sure. You won't believe it. He came back. Who came back? The Justiciar? Justiciar? Yes, not long after you left. He said he beat up a monster that knocked out a Radiant, and he was laughing his head off. Did he really do that? Is he really stronger than the Radiants? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I like that top one. I actually think it's best to tell the truth, kids. Aren't happy. Because, like, I just think it's best to tell the truth. Like, yeah, the monster was slain, but he kind of, it was luck. Not that I would say that exact thing, but you'd have to come up with something. I advise you and your friend to look for a different role model, but we thank you for telling us what happened. Well, there is one less fiend skulking about, I suppose. He may have been simply testing the treasure's capabilities. As far as we know, he's yet to use its power to evil ends. I find his motivations a mystery. Steal the perch of the apex by force, only to come here to Thavner and use it for good? Makes no sense. You've heard tell of this passage of the Unbound, yes? Many have ventured to Tuliolal claiming to be their victims, yet here they would be saviors? If he had such noble goals, then why did he stoop to such devious deception? What could he be plotting? But that's neither here nor there. He stole from my people. That misdeed can't be forgiven. The perch of the apex helped us win peace. By its might, our forebears built the foundation of the lives we now lead. Until recently, it stood silent, a symbol of our pride as a people. It reminded us that we carved out a home within that inhospitable wilderness. Being trusted with its protection is a great honor. I was so proud of my father when the elders chose him. So proud to be his daughter. Yet since the day it was stolen, some of the other villagers made their disdain towards him only too clear. Bear. Oh, it's kind of, that's what it. That's why I must get it back, to restore my village's pride and my father's reputation. There's still so much we don't know about the Justiciar, but we have to assume he's learned to wield the Apex's power. Can't say whether those falling rocks have anything to do with it, but I won't discount it outright. I'll continue looking into his whereabouts. While we still have so many questions, with both of us working together, we'll find answers soon enough. Alright, so I'm gonna go pee real quick. I think I'll come back, I'll do this one, and then I'll like go to healer. Alright, I'll be right back. I do actually quite like this character though. Oh, I'm back. So I don't like I remember that bird, but at the same time I don't remember that bird. I'm a little I don't remember. These are gonna take a bit longer than I was thinking, because this is only the level 92 ones. So it's gonna take like maybe 3 streams. I might be doing these all this week. Hey, can you spare a moment? I'll try to start on a positive note then. The good news is that there have been no further incidents involving poisoned fruit. I should be happy about that, but it's not exactly conducive to tracking down our thief. Despite my best attempts, my investigation's at a standstill. Hurry! Oh. I bring news from the Coral Tower. Lalafellan man matching the description of that fruit vendor was seen leaving the city with a Huron woman. It seems they were making for Elport. We've increased patrols of late, so if I had to guess, the culprits are finding it harder to operate within the city. Seems we forced them to withdraw for the time being. Elport, you say? That's on this island, isn't it? Yes, that's right. It's possible to go on foot, but the ferry by the Fishermen's Guild can take you straight there. While we Yellow Jackets must continue to keep an eye on things here, reassuring to know an adventurer of Haruhi's caliber on the case. Plan to pursue the suspects. Elport's your best shot. Best bet. That said, I should get back to work. It was an honor to meet you and your friend, Haruhi. Safe travels to you both. Give those crooks a good thrashing for me. The city's protectors place so much trust in your abilities. I'm lucky to have you on my side. When I first set sail for Eorzea, I feared I'd never see the heart sting again, but we're one step closer to bringing it home. In any event, we'd best find our way to the port town before that pair of troublemakers defiles another fruit supply. I'll go on ahead and take the ferry. Meet me in Elport once you're ready. I'll just teleport there. Thank you very much. Chick say anything else? Odd that I remember this character from way back in AR. Ah, there you are. You're a welcome sight among such unfamiliar scenery. The ferry skipper was eager to teach me all about this area on the ride here, but I believe I have a general idea of what's what. Wouldn't want to lose my bearings on a hunt this important. I asked him about our merchants, but he said he hadn't seen a pair like that. The skipper did mention another merchant, though, one who's well versed in the comings and goings of his fellow traders. If anyone's sighted our unlikely duo, it's him. Let's hope it's enough to put us on the culprit's trail again. The merchant we seek should be peddling his wares by the gates to Skull Valley, so let's start there. Dun 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 dun. I talked to this character because her name is really unique. Can I help you? Can I help ye? Lala fell in a year traveling together. I spied them, though I'd never seen them before. They certainly made an impression. They sold some potions and elixirs to a pair of fresh-faced adventurers on the cheap, from what I could tell. If those merchants really are our culprits, then those potions are most likely tainted with toxins. Toxins, you say? That don't bode well. The adventurers who bought them, a marauder named Islam and a conjurer named Zerig, already left for their next job. Said they were escorting one of the local farmers over to Swiftperch. They're good lads, the two of them. They've been making life easier for the small folk here ever since they arrived, and I'd hate to see something happen to them. Someone needs to warn them about those potions right quick. Leave that to us. Swiftperch is southeast of here, yes? Let's find them before the poison takes hold. Wait, I still have hunting log crap to do? Stop these plastic hiccups. Please, you must aid. That was too bloody close for comfort. Thanks for saving our arse, lass. Thank the gods that found us when you did. Those potion sellers must have swindled us. One drop of elixir was all it took to send Zerg into the most furious fit of hiccups I've ever seen. He cast a single spell. Who are you calling? If the heart stings toxins are at work here, we should be able to cleanse them with Asuna, like last time. Did you say... Oh, sod it. We'll have plenty of time to chat after Zerg stops hiccuping up storm. I hate to ask more of you, but if you could cast Asuna on my partner, I'd be much appreciated. This dude's like straight from the shroud, yo. I can speak again. You have my thanks. First, we waste our hard-earned coin on poisoned potions. Now, there are killer mammoths on the loose. What's the world coming to? Who goes there? Show yourself. Oh me, oh my. Our spear-wielding friend is sharp of eye. Oh no, it's a rhymer. You're the frauds from Elport. Why, yes, and watching your scrawny compatriot suffer was the highlight of our evening. I admit, the poison was meant to silence him, but hiccups? It was comedy at its finest. Perhaps the elixir reacted with the venom. Regardless, we've had our fill of fun from the results, so I shan't complain. Venom? Then you must be the thieving cowards from the Passage of the Unbound. Oh, my sweet fairy apple. You know us? I suppose that means we're famous. I can't believe it. Oh, who am I kidding? Yes, I can. Indeed. Indeed. I am the Passage of the Unbound's alchemist extraordinaire, the illustrious Elarete, and I'm so very, very pleased to make your acquaintance. Kokonoa at your service, Elarete's helping hand and master of mammoths. Your garb is ever so familiar to me, my dear. Ah, don't tell me. You hail from that little village in Tudal, don't you? My goodness, you've come a long way. How's the voyage? Enjoying the sights? Enough. You've got a lot of explaining to do. Starting with the reason you took the heart sting. As part of your organization's grand scheme. Tis true that my unbound compatriots harbor lofty ambitions, yes. But I have no interest in overthrowing nations. I merely crave the mires of chaos they've promised me. I aim to bring more laughter into this dreary world, one mischief and a few handy poisons at a time. Kokonoa and I are having oodles of fun expanding our repertoire of toxin breeds. Yet, there's no greater kill to our thrills than a healer who can whisk our hard work away. Unless, of course, I master a toxin even she can't cure. Oh, I do love a challenge. Now, I hate to leave you, my dears, but our work here is done, and we've a busy schedule ahead of us. Mammoths to mend, venomous misdeeds to master. Ta-ta for now. I'm getting Nashu vibes. That bomb. A stink bomb? A smoky stink bomb? That's gross. So there's too much to bear. Take me home to the 12's wisdom. The air's clearer there. Oh no, don't you dare give out on me, Zurich. We've still got a job to do. We mustn't keep our client waiting any longer, but we're in your debt. Thank you again for everything, Miss Loshkana, and this here is Haruhi. Take care of each other out there. There's no way those two idiots didn't hear about your character. I honestly expected the mage dude, especially being a white mage, I expected him to like almost faint again. Just like the other ones. Gane melee. I swear, I think if you were a ninja or a samurai doing the melee role quests, maybe people could recognize. It seems like these take about 10 minutes a piece. I think my goal of getting the next sect is doable. If anything, thank you for the support back there. Suna truly does work wonders, and that Elatrete, I can't stop thinking about what she said. My blood boils, knowing that this is all some sick game to her. How dare she toy with the heart sting for her own amusement? Honestly, even the youngest children in my village have more sense. Still, we did make progress. Now that the villains have revealed themselves, it'll be easier to give chase when they choose to make their next move. In any case, I'll keep you appraised of the latest news as soon as I hear it. We'll be back to the hunt before long. So, cost. Gane is always third. I think we'll go healer, tank, and we'll see what the costs are for me. I think Kugane might actually be the last one I... So... I think we'll go healer to Limsa, then to Ishgard, then to Alamigo, then to Radzat-Han. Tintoawa. Like, he was kind of a little annoying when you first meet him, But it's understandable because he's just being like kind of frustrated that he's not getting the help that he. There you are. I've been walking Ishgard's streets whenever I've been able, and I've taken to searching for any sleeping people. You see, the land I'm from isn't much warmer than this. People know not to tempt fate by dozing off in the open air. Even those blind with drink manage to find their way home somehow. I figure the only force powerful enough to overcome that instinct for self-preservation would be the cradle. So if we find a sleeper exposed to the elements, we may very well discover Leofine nearby. I can't imagine she brought it all this way just to remain idle. Tedious prospect, but we need to scour every back alley and shadowed walkway. Tintoawa, I bring good tidings. The Temple Knights wasted no time in distributing handbills across Ishgard containing Leofine's description. These efforts have already borne fruit. We but recently received a report of someone matching her features being sighted. Really? Where? She was sighted near Camp Dragonhead by a patrolling sentry. Described a woman with red hair and a distinct scar on her forehead. The outpost can be reached by passing through the Gates of Judgment and heading east. Once there, with Sir Eugenox for the full report. Eugenox? I knew she'd show herself. Let's hurry. I got lost there for a second. I've run this way so many times though to go to the stupid Venus area that I really should not get lost right there. Where's Camp Dragon? Oh, I went the wrong way. I was informed you were on your way. This is concerning the report by one of our sentries, yes? He cited a woman matching the description in the handbill sent by the congregation. She was heading south along the footpath. That is all we know. Yes, this is Eugenox. Eugenox. What? Hold fast, I shall send aid at once. What happened? What happened? A shipment of supplies was waylaid by monstrous beasts. A contingent of Temple Knights should have been protecting it, but something is amiss. They need our help. We would be in your debt. The shipment was attacked on the road west of the observatorium. I shall muster more knights. Please go find my men before any lives are lost. Yes. Wait, what is he? Is he a... Is he a tank too? It should be close, right? I'll search the other side of the river. Search further down the road and keep your weapon at the ready. I will be riding my mount, though. Thank you very much. I forgot about that. Is this Chocobo dead? You saved us. We were almost... Chocobos, are they dead? Not a moment too soon. The wide eye watches eternal, and eternal is the sleep it bestows. No, they're not. Ah, just look. They're asleep is all. What? Good. Good. Our trusty Chocobos suddenly became unsure on their feet, and the wagon toppled in onto the side of the road. There was nothing for it but to fix the damage on the spot. The Temple Knights went to secure the area, but before I knew it, each and every one of them had fallen asleep where they were standing. Then the beasts attacked. It was just me before those snarling fangs. Time to wake up. Sleep here any longer and the cold will have you. Ugh, happened. We fell asleep, but we were patrolling. You must be mistaken. A Temple Knight would never shirk his duty, so... You calling me a liar? I saw you fall over on your arse with my own eyes. If not for Sir Eugenox's quick response and the bravery of these warriors, we all would be food for the vultures by now. The congregation will hear of this dereliction of duty, you can be sure. Now, hold on just a moment. They aren't the ones to blame. The sacred relic of my people was stolen and... now isn't the time. Sorry, forget I said anything. Whatever dizziness overtook the Chocobos seems to have passed. So I'll resume on my journey once the carriage is repaired. Assuming my guards are quite refreshed, I believe we can make it out on our own. Please return to Camp Dragonhead and warm yourselves. It's no coincidence that the giant birds and the two guards took leave of their senses around the same time. This is the work of the cradle. So it puts people to sleep? Poor dudes, they got magicked into sleeping. I don't know, like, I feel like in Eorzea... literally have magic that that puts you to sleep, like black mages, right? They have the sleep spell. So it seems like it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to be like, well, if the chocobos and the guards fell asleep, something is afoot here. I would think. Thermal alert. We have received the report of the incident near Camp Dragonhead. 2 of our own sleeping on duty by the Fury. Had you reached them even a moment later, this day would have been much darker. Although it pains me to say it, those 2 shall be punished as befits the magnitude of their negligence. If I may, I don't believe the blame rests entirely on their shoulders. The cradle of the sleepless was used against them, I'm certain. It said it possessed the power to lull others into a deep sleep. I admit that would explain these exceptional circumstances. Regardless, they were still bested by their enemy. The charge was almost killed as a result. Punishment is the only recourse. I see. Our stance, maybe, but I can respect that you don't treat your duty lightly. Well, if you learn anything else of Leofine's plots, please let us know at once. Even though we didn't find her, I'm glad we were able to save those soldiers. Thank you for coming to us. Nay, 'tis the Temple Knights who owe you thanks. We shall continue our search, and rest assured you shall be the first to know of any developments. More I would tell you about the cradle, things I should have told you sooner. Join me over there and I'll do my best to fix that mistake. Oh, is this going to be a long explanation? I don't think I'm going to finish all these. I don't mean like complete them. I mean finish a bunch of them. I think I'm going to do physical range and that'll probably be it. Kind of need. Oh no, it's 10 o'clock. I have until at least 10:30. The Narwhal's lullaby can put even hardened warriors into a restful slumber. They may as well be defenseless as a newborn babe, but even with such power, my people have never used it to attack our enemy. Its sole purpose has always been to keep a single person awake. An eternal guardian who would never sleep, never rest. The wide eye, me. For 10 years I've been awake, training day and night to gain the strength I have now. The strength to shield my people. Of course, another must receive the weariness I cast aside. The shut-eye. You've met her, in fact. Loazenukwe. Oh, so she sleeps more? As I've been awake these 10 years, she spent the better part of her days in deep slumber. Her brief periods of wakefulness are spent exercising and eating, so her body doesn't waste away. And so we've barely spoken, despite how much I depend on her. When we were young, we'd spend our days exploring the mountain's paths. That time is long past. Telling you all this now, I realize how very little of my life has been dedicated to my own pursuits. Lois and Kwe and I both have devoted ourselves entirely to the protection of our village. Don't you miss Lois and Kwe? I do. I see her only when I have to use the cradle. Even then, she is sleeping. I barely remember what her smile looks like. A life unencumbered by sleep might seem like a life of freedom, but if those you care for the most aren't there to share it with you, it can feel like a prison. But we don't have the luxury to dwell on regrets. I see now that although my people never use the cradle for ill, wicked hearts can twist anything toward evil. And that's something I can't tolerate. The very thought this might happen again makes the bile churn in my gullet. We must bring Leofine's scheme to an end. Oh, sleepless in Ishgard. Dun, 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 dun. Though hers is not the easiest face to read, as told Jaws' expression suggests she has vital information. Hurry, I heard something that might help us. One of the soldiers has been contending with the same bandits who stole the vessel. I'll go and find him. Give me a moment, would you? Houdini. Sorry to keep you waiting. Ha! When she told me she'd been sent an assistant, I never would have guessed it'd be the savior of all Amigo herself. You're something of a local celebrity, I take it. I'd love to hear more about that, but for now, let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Yes, we gotta get our business done first, and then we can tell stories. Yes, quite. The bandits you've been chasing are behind a spate of recent incidents in Alamigo. Oh, okay. What's more, it appears that a Shotell fight is part of a larger network known as the Passage of the Unbound, which is spreading its mayhem far and wide. In particular, they've been carrying out raids on trade caravans heading here from Gridania. We've increased patrols along that route, but they strike so quickly that they've usually made good their escape by the time aid arrives. On the rare occasions we've caught them in the act, they use some kind of device or magic object to deflect our arrows and send us sprawling. That's the Steelhog vessel. It was stolen from my village. Sorry for all the trouble it's caused. The one who took it, Shotell, says something about using its power to help the oppressed and destitute. And he's using it against Alamigo? What do you think he meant by that? That sounds familiar. The reports say the thieves were shouting something along those lines during the other raids. They claim the merchants are working and underpaying their laborers, and therefore deserve to be targeted. I don't see how stealing a bunch of goods helps the workers. There's not a shred of evidence that anyone is being exploited. Ask me, they're just in it for the money. In any case, their reasons won't matter a jot once they're behind bars. But for that, we'll have to catch them first. The most recent incident occurred near Porta Praetoria, and one of the waypoints on the road to the palace. If you want to know more, you'd best hear it straight from the commander there. Anyway, I'll send word ahead to let her know you're coming, assuming you are, that is. Yes, of course, much appreciated. I like this gun. This sounds like a promising lead. The soldiers here were good enough to explain the lie of the land around here, so I shouldn't have any trouble making the journey by myself. I'll see you there. I don't know. I kind of like the idea that like, you accepted this quest, and when they go someplace, you're going with them. Just teleport there. I thought it was going to be right outside Auger's Reach, but nope. It is in a different area. I think I found the right person, though it's rather difficult to tell who's who with those matching uniforms. Good, you're both here. My colleague at the Reach has told me everything. I can confirm that we've had several sightings of Shotell and his gang in recent days. They've even taken to ambushing our patrols. Whereas most brigands would flee from armed and armored soldiers, this lot seems to take pleasure in goading us into attacking. The treasure they carry makes them invulnerable. It can also emit a devastating blast, but that's only effective at short range. Stultifite wants to draw your soldiers into close quarters because there they stand no chance. Well, that explains their uncommon boldness, thank you. This information will go far in helping us contend with the bandits. Sorry to interrupt. Oh. Ooh, my chibi. Oh, simple peddlers, my good lady. I myself am of Gridanian stock, and after learning my craft in the markets of Ul'dah, I now deliver all manner of finery to eager patrons throughout Eorzea. But enough about that. I hope you'll forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing you mention a gang of highwaymen. We've heard similar tales from other traders passing through, and it seems some stretches of road are more dangerous than others. In fact, the bandits are most often seen at a specific location not far from here. If you like, we can take you there ourselves. Please, by all means. I thought they were going to be like, we'll travel there and, draw them out, be bait, basically. Wait. Haruhi can take care of herself, but I can't allow any more civilians than necessary into an area believed to be teeming with bandits. Seems I have no choice but to ask you to go without me. Sorry, but if those highwaymen did turn up, I wouldn't be much good in a fight. While you head off to investigate, I'll see if there's any more information to be had here. I shall leave our newfound friend in your capable head. What? Oh, if you say so. He came up with this idea and he's not even going. I suppose we should be on our way then. If we do run into those highwaymen, you'll protect us, right? One's headed your way now. You know what to do. What? Unacceptable. Either you do this without my help, or I'll find someone who can. Show some backbone for once. He's really not hiding it. Should you encounter the highwayman, I trust you will exercise some degree of restraint. You can't interrogate the suspects if you've reduced them to a bloody pulp, now can we? Just put them on their arses and leave the rest to us. Arse. As luck would have it, my fellows and I have yet to be assailed by any bandits around here. Perhaps if the other caravans invested in some proper escorts, they wouldn't be such easy targets. It's actually hilarious. Y'all got nothing. They were significantly easier than, like, they died a lot faster than the other ones did. So these guys are in on it too? You beat them? All of them? How very fortunate. Well then, I'd best contact the boss. I'm sure he'll want to know all about this. No doubt he's still talking to your friend and the commander. They'll be glad to hear you've come to no harm. I like how these are kind of set up to be kind of serious, but then they're not. They have all this goofy music. You'll never guess what, boss. She trounced a lot of them. Ah, yes, understood. Not quite sure why, but he said they'll be here in a jiffy. Dun 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 dun. Is it true you beat them all single-handedly? Gods be good. I'm glad you're on our side. Anyway, I'll take it from here. My, very impressive. How jolly convenient for those villains to appear exactly where we thought they would, too. But above all, I'm glad no one was hurt. Well, no one important, that is. I'm relieved to see that everyone's safe. It must have taken a lot of courage to bring her here, knowing that danger could be lurking around every corner. Are you sure you're all right? Putting on a brave face for our benefit, there's no need, I assure you. Oh no, we're fine. Couldn't be better. Well then, I'd say that's enough excitement for one day. We'd best continue on our way to the Alamegan Quarter. Wares to sell, deals to broker, that sort of thing. I dare say it'll be some time before any ne'er-do-wells have the gall to descend upon this neck of the desert. What was that? And as for you, my friends, I'd advise you not to stray too far from the beaten path. I know it's good for you. Ha! There's nothing left for us to do here, so let's head back to Porta Praetoria. Oh, Dancer. Dancer's fun. I'm really glad that there's not a job in this game that I don't like doing. Because one, that means I can just play any job I like and I'll like it, right? Two, that means that when new jobs come out like Viper and Pictomancer, like Viper doesn't really interest me that much. Like I didn't see it and I was like being like oh, Viper, I want to play Viper so bad, anything like that, but but I know when I unlock it and play it, I'll be fine with it. Pictomancer, I love Drone, so there's no way I'm not gonna like Pictomancer. Well, that was all very strange. One moment they're helping us apprehend criminals, and the next they're racing off to peddle their wares elsewhere. Not that I'm complaining, of course. With those suspects in custody, I'm sure the Resistance will be able to wring some valuable information from them. I expect all that wringing will take a while, though. It looks like we've been given an opportunity for a little rest. Certainly earned it. Oh no, I don't need to go to mod. Get one or let's see if we can finish both of these ones actually. In 15. I don't think I'll finish both of them. I think I'll probably just finish one. Probably just finish this. Ah, Haruhi, I'm afraid there have been some developments that are less than encouraging. News of the Justice Justiciar's actions have spread throughout the city, and with each retelling, his deeds become more valorous. The younger citizens, in particular, seem to view him as something of an idol. Despite the creatures he hunts posing no real danger, he would paint them as mighty beasts in need of felling. Of course, the Radiant host are far too busy to trouble themselves, cooling every pest that casts a sideways glance at the city's gates. Yet the Justiciars has twisted circumstances to his advantage. He proclaims to anyone who will listen that the Radiant host shrink with terror before these beasts, and that he's the only one who can eradicate them. Though you might expect such claims to be dismissed as wild ramblings, it seems no few people have fallen for his ploy. The whispers of his exploits among the youth have practically grown into a clamor. Yet we mustn't be discouraged, for his increasing fame only makes it easier for us to sniff out his trail. And we're better to start than Radzat Han. I'll see you there. I mean, I was going there already. Given how large the city is, let's split up to cover more ground. I already have a destination in mind, the High Crucible. Here the alchemists there can concoct all manner of tinctures and powders, including those which help in detecting traces of energies left behind by magics and enchanted tools. Fallen rocks have invariably marked locations where the Justiciar has performed one of his feats, and I believe an alchemical mixture can help us determine their presence is the work of the treasure. So it's the High Crucible. Do that. I think I'm gonna have some sushi for lunch. I want to get something to munch before I go to the movies. I'm gonna go watch Wolverine, the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Starts at noon, so like I have basically an hour and a half to get. Oh. I'm tired of hearing about this Justiciar. His popularity among the city's younglings is quickly becoming a cause for concern. Try as we might to refute his claims that the Radiant host are allowing monstrous beasts to run amok unchecked. You know how young minds are, impressionable and difficult to change what said. We initially disregarded him as a boastful eccentric, but his alarming sway over the populace can no longer be ignored. We are at present considering whether to open a formal investigation into his activities. You and this ally of yours have done well in your search thus far. You even have a working theory about the falling stone. Quite impressive. Several of our number have encountered him during their patrols, only to lose sight of him under a hail of rocks. Such incidents have become all too frequent, and many in our ranks demand we act. For now, I'm afraid this is all the help I can offer. Please share what I've told you with your companion, and together we may yet unmask the Justiciar. Yeah. It's heartening to know that the Radiant host are taking this seriously. Thank you for speaking with them. I have good tidings as well. I explained the situation to the alchemists, and they provided a powder that should help detect traces of magic in the surrounding environment. I say help because the powder reacts only faintly on its own. To function properly, it requires the skills of one practiced in the arcane arts. Luckily, I have you. I've committed the locations of all sightings of the Justiciar to memory, and the closest to us was at the Perfumed Rise. Looks so good. I'm really liking the Mikotes. Like, I definitely understand Raven not liking the eyes of their character being changed. No, because it's their character. So maybe it's just because I've never used the Mikote character. But I like the eye change. I'm liking that this is really just a side story. Like, one of the things about Endwalker is I was disappointed in myself when I finished all of the MSQ and then I went back and did the role quests. Which, I mean, I guess I don't know if disappointed is the right word, but I just really would have liked to have done the role quests for Endwalker as I was going through at the proper levels. Well, no, not the proper level. I maintain that before you get to Ultima Thule, so basically when you see the airship, or you go on the airship to go to the destination, which is Ultima Thule, that is when you want to do and complete all of the role quests, because it ties into the story really, really well if you do it then. If you wait until after the MSQ, you're going back to these places where the final days is already averted, so there wouldn't be blasphemies. The Justiciar was sighted near here, and I didn't see any other conspicuous stones around, so I sprinkled the powder over this one. Now concentrate your focus, or inner eye, or whatever it is that's the locus of your power. See if you can't detect any unnatural forces. I really like that red mage. Oh. No. So, were you able to detect anything? I knew you could do it. So because there are no crystals in the rock, the energy you detected must be the remains of some kind of spell, is that right? And taking the story of the Radiant we rescued previously into account, we can conclude that the Justiciar uses the treasure to call those stones down from the sky. At least we now have an inkling of its true nature. Even so, not every question has been answered. The Radiant told us that even as the Justiciar stood before the creature, he seemed to have trouble calling forth the Apex's power at first. My father once said that the perch of the apex is much like the wand he used to weave his magics. Of course, the main difference between them is the unique nature of the essence stored within the treasure. I know little of such arcane instruments, but you must be quite familiar with them. How do you use yours? I rely sheer willpower. I think that's their proper one. See, even with the right instrument, spellcasting requires the use of specific techniques. The Justiciar seems to lack any such expertise. So how did he tap into the treasure's power? I suppose the perch of the apex possesses some unique method of activation. A button. When I spoke to the representatives of the other tribes about their treasures, no one mentioned special techniques being required. Not that the relics should have much in common to begin with. Oh. You two, did you see an Ari girl pass through here by herself? I'm afraid not. What happened? Wait, I recognize you both. The hero of the final days and our recent visitor from Turdal. Apologies for the imposition, but may I beg your assistance? It's all that Justiciar's fault. The girl said she was off to join that fool's crusade and ran out of Yedlamad before anyone could stop her. Her mother begged us to find her, but if she's following the Justiciar, she could be anywhere. You see, he's been sighted at locations scattered all over Thavnar. Can't stand here looking at rocks while a girl is in danger, especially if the Justiciar is involved. We have to help. That'd be much appreciated. We're searching places where the Justiciar has been spotted before, so perhaps you could start where he hasn't been seen. Good idea. As far as I know, he hasn't been sighted at the northern shores. Come on. Oh! Oh wait, I don't think it counts. I was gonna say I could have been doing tribal quests. Maybe for like level 90 stuff I could have been doing tribal quests. Yeah. Oh no, you're a little one. Is that? No, OBS. Oh, so you can... Oh no, wait. Reprise. Oh, was I doing the wrong thing? really, really young to be just like running out of the city like that. I heard fighting, so I came as fast as I could. It's a good thing you arrived in time to save the girl. Thank you, miss. Thank you. Glad you're safe, but your mother must be worried sick. You shouldn't wander off like that, especially not to look for a trickster like the Justiciar. What? You mean he's a bad man? Yes, exactly. He stole an important treasure from my village, and now he's using it to make himself look brave. He needs it to kill the monsters, to protect us. That's no excuse for stealing. He might have fooled you younglings, but the Radiant hosts know what he's up to. But he said he'd save us from the monsters. He's our hero. The Radiant said we shouldn't be scared, but we all know the Justiciar is the one who keeps us safe. We don't need the Radiants anymore. Ooh. Like this one. Shouldn't say bad things. They protected everyone in the final days. I guess I forgot how much they care about us. I should have picked it. I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that after all you've been through. You say the Justiciar is a thief and a trickster, but I hope it's not true. My hero. Well, I'd best escort her back to Yedilamon. I'll meet you there later. He's so tiny. Oh, no, wrong one. The girl and her mother are reunited, and I think we can both give ourselves a pat on the back. They're on their way now to inform the Radiant host that all is well. I would like to apologize for before. I let my emotions get the better of me and arranged that poor girl when she was hardly to blame for anything. I really should have been scolding myself. There's something I neglected to tell you before. The man who now calls himself the Justiciar came to us in the guise of a worldly merchant. He was eager to ask about the perch of the Apex and its history, and I was equally eager to tell him, not even considering what he might do with the information. I'm so proud of my father for being appointed as its guardian. I suppose I was trying to impress this stranger out of sheer vanity. That vanity led to my father being attacked and the treasure being stolen from under our noses. I have no choice but to make amends for my mistake and bring it back. Yet, some are convinced that the Justiciar's acts only to serve the greater good. I couldn't accept that he might not be as rotten as I thought, and lashed out at the wrong person. From now on, I can't let my emotions cloud my judgment. I must remain calm and look at the facts for what they are. The facts say that the Justiciar has done no harm to the people of Fafnir. Oh, yet. Like, that girl probably... Those things might have ate her. We weren't there. Even so, the organization he serves, Passage of the Unbound, is evil to its very core. His actions at my village are not villainy. I don't know what is. The situation is fraught with contradictions. I still don't know what to think. What about you? Even if he hasn't attacked anyone, his actions are stirring unrest. I like that one. I agree. He speaks of justice and heroism with great bluster, yet there's something we're missing. Thank you. your wise words. I sometimes find it difficult to keep my heart from skewing my perspective. I'm grateful that you're here to help me see clearly. So it seems our objective is unchanged. We track down the man who stole my people's sacred treasure. Whatever his intentions may be, unraveling them comes secondary to finding the man himself. I'll continue to pour my every effort into the search. So stop by from time to time, and I may have something new to share with you. Yep. Good. Alrighty. So, what I'm gonna do, I need to end stream. I need to go get something to eat and then head on to the movies. It's 10. I wanted to leave closer to about 10:30. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. So, Bill is going to be disappointed that basically all 3 streams this week are going to be Final Fantasy 4. I'm only going to stream this until I finish the role quests. Only on the second one. Or wait. Don't count it. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I only did the first 2. I did the initial one. Okay, so I did the initial one that was like introducing the role quests. I did the first one where you like introduce to the specific role. Then I did the first one. First one. All right, so I need to get going. Thanks for watching, and yeah, the rest of this week should probably be these role quests until I finish them. I'll try to finish them tomorrow, but I doubt it. They're kind of a lot of dialogue, and I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Laters.